We don't see any black people washing white people's feet, or what is this?
Yeah, but when I do this, I get kicked out of Macy's.
I was at a restaurant, and so the Super Bowl happened to be on. And then
Was
Reba,
it an accident?
Was it
Yeah.
Hooters?
Oh, come
and then Reba came on screen, and I threw up in my mouth a little. There was a guy there who was like, "Reba, that's my girl." And I said, "Really? You like her?" I said, "Yeah, I don't like socialists who make money off of real Americans." He was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, her little gun buyback. Remember, if you hand in your gun with proof, you get a free Reba album at Walmart." Yeah, she really misread the room on that one.
What are you going to shoot the album with if you just gave him your gun?
Well, to be fair, it wasn't socialist. She was just collecting more guns.
Yeah, exactly.
She just needed
actually
Reba
brilliant.
time. Bang, 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 bang.
And then the guy was like, "Well, you know, I met her," and I just said, "I'm sorry," and I went back to watching the show.
They call her Reba McEntire.
Hey, come on.
Jeez.
They don't call her that.
Not anymore.
Jolene.
Wait, is that Reba McEntire? No,
that's Dolly.
that's
I don't know.
Dolly.
Close enough.
It's a good song though.
Close enough for me. The same people.
Reba McEntire. Everything about that woman is phony. I'm sorry. And the flag will still wear. Pointing like, wait, what does that flag mean to you? The ability to make another buck off of rubes who think that you're a middle American champion. These Nashville phonies, the Taylor Swift, the Reba McEntires, the people out there campaigning for. Remember they campaigned for Al Gore because he was in Tennessee? It's just tractor rap country. There's a lot of it that's absolutely phony.
Tractor rap.
So anyway, I saw the Super Bowl accidentally, and then I was watching it going, hold on a second. So we have a giant ad for Pfizer, and then for Microsoft, an AI app.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Jesus watching a gender queer. I'm like, they're trying to, they're exterminating you. They want to get rid of you. They want to make money off of you first.
Well, yeah. You got to take the money, then exterminate.
Yes.
So if you watched it, you probably saw, and there are a few layers to this. Of course, Gerald, who has a background in what do you say, theology, whatever it is. The commercial of "He Gets Us," and it was featuring images of people washing feet as a reference to Christ, this new agape woke Christianity, apostasy as we used to call it, heresy to the uninitiated. And here you go.
I was standing, you were there. Two worlds
Is that Jeff Bridges?
and they could
Notice
tear us apart.
we don't see any black people washing white people's feet, or what is this?
Was that a priest washing RuPaul's feet?
Yes.
On the beach. During COVID, that was the real problem with it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but when I do this, I get kicked out of Macy's. What the hell, man?
It's funny, you do it at Dillard's, you get a BOGO special.
Just chasing black ladies down. Let me wash your feet.
They probably stay.
And here, let me just...
Let me wash them bunions, girl.
You're gonna need a knife when you get to the cons, bitch.
Oh, man. Bring
But
the sander.
this is the thing that really, I said this about compassionate conservatism. Jesus didn't teach hate. Okay, so I think this is what bothers you. Let's put a fine point on it. If I'm against Drag Queen Story Hour, I hate.
Right.
If I'm against children being removed from their parents because they don't want to put them on puberty blockers at 6, 8, 10 years old, is that hate? If I don't want a gay pride float, for example, in the state of California, where you don't have to disclose your HIV because that would be hateful, and I don't want a man masturbating going down Main Street, that's hate?
Yeah, you hateful bastard.
This is how they frame it. Don't give them the moral high ground of, well, no, I don't hate. No, and by the way, just when did we start this that God doesn't hate anything? God doesn't hate people, but the idea that God doesn't hate anything, that's absurd.
Well, I mean, Saddam. Oh, not
Hates
Saddam.
Jews.
Sodom.
Hates Jews.
Saddam.
Well, he hates both.
Sodom and Gomorrah, flood, all that stuff. He's had some.
Sodom,
he's had some,
Saddam Hussein,
Yeah, he hates
whatever.
that. Probably hated that guy.
And God, hey, look, God could have turned them today if he were watching like the Huberman podcast. He would have turned them into some nice Himalayan pink salt.
I mean, he said,
Grind that
Jacob
up.
I loved, Esau I hated. There were definitely times in Scripture where he was talking about that, and they're trying to make Jesus out to be this like, hey, everybody's okay, man. You're like, it's worth it.
Yes.
Right? He washed the feet of one enemy. Judas was at the table, but he didn't let Judas just kind of continue on and not call him out on his stuff. That was Jesus' whole MO was like, I'm going to go anywhere I want to go.
Hey, by the way, it's
acceptance
hold on, it's Mexican Patrick Bet David on CNN.
It
right
is.
now.
Hey, listen. Look,
Patricio.
Let me put it to you this way. Okay, CNN Max, I don't know what it is. It's on HBO. Okay, nobody watched Chris Wallace. But if there's a 15% chance that the guy on CNN Max is not going to be watching 5% on HBO, that's 4%. Congratulations, HBO Max, CNN Max. Now you're making money. Okay?
But you have to do that in Spanish.
Okay, yo soy, put it to you that way. Yo soy Patrick David de Telemundo. Donde está the 15%, the big biceps? Okay, let me point to you that way. But no, the thing is, it's just they want to. Hey, either Jesus is the truth, the way, the truth, and light, or he's not.
Yeah.
And this is something really you'll hear so many young girls do this, like, well, Jesus, how many in youth group? Jesus came out to hang out with the sinners. Yeah, he was putting dollar bills in the strippers' panties, and he was shaking people down for taxes with Matthew. They no longer did those things. He wouldn't be hanging out. They wouldn't be in his inner circle. That's why you need to guard your heart. This is just saying, be tolerant of everything. Jesus was not. This is a guy who threw over tables in the temple because they were selling figs. You think he would have been fine with a drag queen story hour?
No. He called people out. He was very confrontational.
Yes.
To sin. People he loved. He didn't want anybody to be caught in sin. But he would tell them, hey, you can't keep going on living like that.
Yeah.
And this ad just made it look like all of these things were supposed to be acceptable. And by the way, there was only one black person in that ad washing feet, and it was of a Hispanic person. They could not find a way to make a black person wash the feet of a white person in that ad.
No.
Right.
But they could make white people wash the feet of black people in the ad. And that was totally fine.
Right.
I'm like, what are we going after here?
It's very
Basically,
clear what
Well,
they're
they
going
made
after.
sure
Every
they made
single
sure that a
group
lot
is
of those
fine.
people were white washing the feet.
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, I can't be completely sure about this, but I think I've washed more feet than Jesus did.
Yeah. Well, that's different, though. That's what we call a fetish.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, actually, this is. Do we have that clip? This thing is more. It's more obsessed with feet than. And I didn't realize is Quentin Tarantino. Have you noticed?
Like totally unnecessary.
Or very necessary.
Not necessary.
Yeah, it's in a lot of his.
Oh, come on now! Don't spoil it.
Ooh. Yeah, dirty feet.
Oh, that's-
in the mouth. Yeah, there you go. Finally.
What is the point?
There's our Chinese viewers going too big.
Too big.
That-
Be small.
You ever hear of binding?
more binder.
Who thought that was sexy? By the way, people are not crazy about this ad. It has 3.4 thousand likes to 44,000 dislikes.
Yes.
So it didn't
Good.
quite work out how they thought it would. And you can let us. It's just I tuned into the Super Bowl. And these people hate you. I'm sorry, but what bothers me more than leftists being leftists, I don't really. Jon Stewart back at the Daily Show, fine. You know where he lines up. At least he's open about it.
Yeah.
But the NFL wants to make money off of Middle America when playing the Black National Anthem, advertising Pfizer by a guy who dresses like Liberace in his off time, and then at the same time trying to collect their dues from you. Hey, just stop watching them. I get that you like the sports ball. We all have to make some sacrifices. You don't have to be charging the beaches of Normandy. Just don't watch the NFL.
Largest audience of any broadcast ever on Sunday.
Was this Super Bowl?
Yeah, second. It's now it surpassed. I should say it surpassed the moon landing.
Really?
Was number one viewed of all time. This Super Bowl on Sunday, most watched program in history.
Oh well.
Did you know it was the first Super Bowl they ever broadcast to Nickelodeon?
Really?
Yeah.
It's true. They were proud to announce that during the broadcast.
Same halftime hump show too, by the way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Most surprised is Taylor Swift. What?
She's always surprised. I have 5 private jets.
My 28th Grammy? Oh, no way.
She has the mouth of a blow-up doll.
Yeah, she does.
All the time. Look at any picture of her. It's just red lipstick and. Yeah.
Watch Louder with Crowder live Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.